This is the Red and Gold Fan Club from KPIX and CBS News Bay Area.
Hello, I'm Matt Lively. Welcome to the Red and Gold Fan Club. The quest for 6 is alive. The Niners head to Las Vegas to take on the Chiefs in Super Bowl 58. And you can watch the game right here on KPIX. The Niners are coming off one of the greatest comebacks in Bay Area sports history, storming back from 17 points down to beat the Lions 34-31 in the NFC Championship game. And since this show is called The Fan Club, it's time to introduce our panel of 49ers superfans. You know all these folks were living and dying with every drive on Sunday. So let's start with a returning face here who's known as the ringleader for the fan base.
Hi, this is Ken from Santa Clara. I run a social media channel called 49ers Tailgate. I show up to the tailgates, film everybody having fun, put them all in one highlight video. It's become a channel for fans that have no clue how to tailgate. They come to me for guidance, where to find the tailgates, or even how to go about going to a tailgate. And when the team travels, I travel with a group that throws invasion and rally parties. With that, I hope to see you at the next tailgate or Niner party. Go Niners!
Since our first fan club, I have learned Ken is a bit of a legend in the 49er fan groups. Welcome back to the club, man. And for those who have missed you the first time, you kind of did it right there, but tell us a little bit about what you do before every home game.
Yeah, so that's what I do. Basically, I show up to every tailgate as much as I could. I hit up about 8 to 10 tailgates per game and basically put everybody in one video. I think it creates a lot of excitement for the fans. It gets people super excited being in front of the camera, so I get them to dance a little bit. Once you put that on social media, then it goes around and everybody sees what we do at the tailgates.
Yeah, I love it. I know the fans love it. Now, of course, you were at Sunday's comeback. Brutal first half, but kind of walk us through the emotions when you thought things started to shift at Levi's Stadium.
Well, yeah, we were getting our butts kicked, really, right? And, I had my head down. Everybody else had their head down, so we couldn't believe what the hell was happening. But you know what? Once Arnell Pineda and Journey got on there and sang Don't Stop Believing, man, I was telling everybody, look, that's a sign right there that we're coming back. And I knew we could come back. We have all the talent in the world to do that. And so I had that faith in me. And yeah, I mean, we saw everything transpire and happen, and we pulled off the win, right? Huge win.
Journey changed everything for the Niners. All right, thanks, Ken. Next up, a new face on the fan club representing San Francisco. She's so dedicated, she was recognized on national TV with free tickets to a Monday night game earlier this season.
Hello, my name is Avery Martin. I am born and raised in the Bay Area. I've been a Niners fan for 15 years, which is more than half my life at this point. I haven't missed a game on TV in 13 years, and I do not plan on ending that streak anytime soon. So I feel really lucky and proud to be a part of such an incredible fandom and to watch this team go on such an incredible run to the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's awesome. Avery, thanks for being here. You said you've been a fan for over half your life. Where does Sunday's win stack up on your list of all-time greats?
Having me, it's great to be here. And I think what I really took from Sunday's game was just the ability for this team to be a quote-unquote fourth quarter team, right? Like, that's not a situation that we've really seen with this group this season. So to watch them be able to go into the fourth quarter being down, and like Ken said, having a lot of faith in the team, to watch them come into the fourth quarter and pull out a win when it didn't look extremely positive for us and we were in kind of a desperate situation, just gives me and all the Niners fans all the confidence in the world that this group is Super Bowl contenders and they're more than deserving to be there. So I think, beyond just the excitement of a thrilling win, it's great to see this group pull through and show everyone who they really are and how they play.
Where were you watching on Sunday, and what were the emotions and the vibes there?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm such a nut. I kind of like to watch by myself at home because I'm so locked in. And the emotions were high. I mean, I get so excited going into these games. I think everyone does. And you're kind of, you're feeling that anxiety, right? When you see them being down but then it just comes back to the confidence and, Kyle's play calling and ability to lead the team. And of course, Brock Purdy and that incredible offense. I think he gets written off a lot for being Mr. Irrelevant and whatever storyline people like to say. I think it's a bit overplayed. And so just watching the team, and I did have a lot of confidence in them that they would be able to pull it out. And I'm really, really proud and excited. I'm just on a high, and I can't wait for the game in Vegas.
I love it. Yeah, the fan club is a no Brock Purdy slander zone. That's very clear. Okay, next up, another returning face repping the red and gold from down in Rams territory.
Hey, what's good, 49er faithful? My name is Antoine Brown, diehard Niner. Been one since the early 90s. Good fact about me, or interesting fact about me, is I either watch games completely alone at home or I go to the games. There has been no in between, but we're in the Super Bowl, so I'm definitely going to be watching it with a bunch of fans. Go Niners. Let's get that ring, baby.
You will not see Antoine at a sports bar watching a Niner game. We know that. Okay, well, thanks for coming back on the show. Where were you watching the NFC Championship on Sunday, and what was it like to watch them just storm back?
Thanks for having me back. I was at home, as I said in my intro. I was at home literally by myself. I needed that space. I just needed to be alone to watch this, and it was an incredible game. I'd say going into the halftime when they were only able to kick a field goal and not get that touchdown, I felt a little hope. I was like, you know what? We can come back. I thought to myself, we just have to make some stops. Let's get the defense going. The offense is going to start cooking, and it's now or never. That's all I kept thinking. It's now or never. And the 49ers showed up. They showed what they're about. They got rid of so many negative things that were said about them, although people are still going to say things. But us faithful know the truth, and we got to witness the truth, and we're headed to Vegas.
All right, you might be credited with helping the Niners get over the hump. You sent us some pictures of how superstitious you got in the second half with your wardrobe. Take me through that.
Yeah, well, at halftime, I went upstairs. I literally laid down in the dark for about 10 minutes, contemplating everything. And then I picked myself up. I said, you know what? Like I said, we have to get some stops. So I had my Brock Purdy jersey on to start the game. I went and threw my Nick Bosa on because I was like, we got to get these stops. Let's do it. And from there, I switch jerseys every possession. Once we go back on offense, I throw the Purdy back on. Once we go on defense, I throw the Nick Bosa back on. And hey, we're heading to Vegas.
We're going to have to interview your wife at some point just to see what she thinks about all of this. All right. Thank you, Antoine. Last but not least, someone who comes from a long line of the faithful, Jamie Garrison from Gilroy. Jamie, you and your family actually won an award in 2009, Tailgater of the Year, and you were there on Sunday. What was it like for you?
I tell you what, it was amazing. That first half was brutal, very painful, but it was so awesome. At halftime, I actually went over to where Journey was singing, and Frank Gore and Bryant Young were both there. So I got to give them high fives and everything. And then after we went back to our seats, it was like everything changed. And I felt like touching those, Frank Gore Hall of Famer, just having that connection with them. I was praying the whole time, calling out to our angels that are huge 49er fans in heaven. I brought my mom's ashes with me. Here she is. And, I was holding her and just like, we got to do this. We got to turn this thing around. We got to get to the Super Bowl. So.
Okay. Well, I can't glance over this. So your mom was cremated in a 49ers jersey, I understand?
My stepmom was. Yeah, she was laid to rest in her Jerry Rice 49er jersey.
Wow. That's incredible. That's diehard fandom right there.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And, of course, yeah, Gore and Young, they were definitely the hype man. So that's great, though. You brought her to Levi's Stadium, and that's ultimate fandom if I've ever heard of it.
We are the ultimate.
Awesome.
It started back in Redwood City.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jamie. Hey, still ahead here on the Red and Gold Fan Club. We've spent time basking in the comeback. Now it's time to look forward at how our super fans plan to celebrate Super Bowl Sunday.
This is the Red and Gold Fan Club from KPIX and CBS News Bay Area.
Welcome back to the Red and Gold Fan Club. Even if your team is not playing in the Super Bowl, pretty much everyone has plans for the big game. And our super fans are no different. Ken, you're going to be in Vegas, and you said you're cooking up some big plans for the rest of the faithful to join that weekend.
Yes, we are. First of all, I got to mention I am going there with my wife. Okay, but we are going to party. I'm with a production group called Gold Rush Tour, which is in association with Gold Bar Whiskey, the official whiskey of the San Francisco 49ers, along with Antonio Arevalo, 408 South Bay Swag, and JMO. We're throwing a big party at Hard Rock Cafe. So please save the date from 1 to 7 p.m. We're going to bring Jesse Sapolo, Merton Hanks, and planning to bring probably another 3 alumni. And we are not charging anybody at the door. So look out for that. Another thing I want to bring up too for the folks that can't make it there, Gold Bar Whiskey is also hosting a watch party at 1 Avenue Palms in Treasure Island. So if you guys can't afford to be there, we're here in the Bay Area. Gold Bar Whiskey Distillery is in the Bay Area at Treasure Island.
All right, Ken's the plug. He's tapped in. He knows everywhere to go to watch a game. Thanks, Ken. So, Avery, you say you like to watch these games alone. What are your plans for Super Bowl Sunday?
Well, I'm not going to differ too much from my usual, watching it by myself, just for superstitious reasons. But I definitely plan on locking in, getting in front of the TV, getting some snacks within arm's reach so I don't have to get up, and probably watching it with my family at their house, which I'm really excited about. And I've got, this jacket that I like to wear for every game, and I've got a really cool 49ers faithful flag from that last game at Candlestick in 2013 that I always like to hold. I got to hold it in a different position, whether they're on defense or offense. So I'll probably just be by myself at home, maybe with family, and reveling in the excitement that is certain to be certain to come.
Can't switch up the game plan now. I respect it. All right, thanks, Avery. Antoine, you're based down south. You said you normally watch the games by yourself, but is it changing for Super Bowl Sunday?
Oh, yeah, it's going to change. This is an epic, legendary, once-in-a-lifetime event, possibly. So, since I live in Southern California, Vegas is only a 3.5-hour drive. So I'll be heading out there and talking to Ken actually earlier. I'm going to get to meet Ken and hang out with him and have some fun. So I'll be out there partying with Ken and some family and friends. I have some other friends that are coming into town as well. So we'll be doing that. I won't be going to the game, but I'll be finding a place to watch it with a bunch of 49er fans. And I expect when the night's over, we're going to be celebrating.
Well, listen, you're not going to the game, but maybe your kids or your future kids will still have their college savings fund because tickets are pretty expensive last time I checked. All right, thanks, Antoine. And finally over to Jamie. Clearly your whole family lives and breathes red and gold. How are you celebrating the big game?
Well, absolutely. We're actually renting a Suburban, and we're going to be driving to Vegas.
Nice.
My dad, my best friend, and I. And, the last Super Bowl, I actually got tickets a few minutes before the game started and landed in a suite with Lady Gaga.
Oh.
No joke. And so I'm hopeful that this time we go, we don't have tickets, but maybe we get tickets there and it's something awesome like that. Maybe a little Taylor Swift. But we will be at the event that Ken's hosting with Gold Bar Whiskey, and we're going to do it upright. Go Niners.
That is so awesome. All right. My plans, I'm going to be in Vegas covering the Super Bowl along with Vern Glenn and so many others from KPIX. So hopefully we'll run into each other on the strip or at one of these events. But, that's so awesome. All right. Still ahead here on the Red and Gold Fan Club. A lot of fans say they support the Niners from head to toe, but these two are taking it literally.
This is the Red and Gold Fan Club from KPIX and CBS News Bay Area.
Welcome back to the Red and Gold Fan Club. We know there are so many families around the world who bleed red and gold. That was on full display on Sunday night. The celebrations were happening all across the Bay Area, and our crews were out there with the fans. Lauren Toms was in the stands at Levi Stadium with a whole family of faithful.
Before the true celebration could begin, Aaron Ledford and his family spent the day filled with jitters as they watched the Niners take on the Lions.
Kind of a shaky start, but I think they're getting in their groove.
Ledford has seen this shaky start before, and he's never given up hope. A lifelong Niners fan, the game is more than just a title, but it's a part of his family.
My grandparents started, parents, and now our kids. It's a family event for us. Gets everybody together.
Sunday morning, the family made the trip down from Vacaville, a trip the whole family makes every single home game.
Everyone looks a little tense. Why is that? Here we go. We'll start the trek. Let's go Niners.
Their anticipation held up throughout the game as they celebrated the highest highs and the lowest lows. I'm the warrior. Together as a family.
Everybody's going their own way nowadays. Our kids are all working and that kind of thing. And at least we know on Sundays when they're playing at home, we get them all here.
But he says it all started with his own grandparents who had Niners tickets from the 50s when the team played at Kezar Stadium.
I'm sure my grandfather's watching and loving the fact that we're all still here together.
4 generations of his family witnessed the Niners pull out a victory to head to the Super Bowl.
I just want my kids to be able to experience what I got to experience in the 80s and early 90s, when we won Super Bowls and had a great team. And, not to say this team's not great, but I'd like to get them to experience the Super Bowl wins.
That Niners passion has been passed from his grandparents through to his kids and nephew, who he hopes will keep the faithful fandom going strong for generations to come.
That is awesome. That was Lauren Toms with that story. And for the next week and a half, 49er fans will put their pride on full display, but perhaps none more so than one gentleman from Pleasanton. Juliet Goodrich shows us he's faithful from head to toe.
Inside this Pleasanton nail salon are two 49ers super fans.
These are the seats that they had in the stadium at Candlestick. And when they destroyed the park, I was able to buy the seats.
Meet Terrence and his wife Sheila. They brought all of their 49er memorabilia, and they showed up with a goal.
Our goal is to wear flip-flops for 2 weeks to spread the excitement of the game. Because how many times do we get this kind of opportunity?
And show me the colors you've got there.
Well, I think so, huh? What do you think? Will those work?
Do you approve?
Yes. Terrence says it starts with a little bit of gold liquid
Go
courage before he decides to do something he's never done before in the name of the Niners.
We take our shoes off and we get, what do you call this thing? Pedicure.
The pair have picked out their color, red and gold, and now it's time to show their 49er faith
To the red
in
and
their
gold.
feet.
I'm going to take a photo of this and send it to each player before the game.
You do that.
I will.
Terrence says the last football game was fancy footwork and a whole lot of regrouping at halftime.
They regrouped and they went out to control the field. And that's a life lesson. Halftime is the chance to regroup in life. That's why I love football.
From football to fancy foot care, although Terrence's wife says nothing really surprises her anymore.
When we got married, I knew he was out there in a great way. I didn't realize quite how much. It's amazing what he'll do. It's really cool.
How are you feeling about the color?
I think but you know what? We need a little gold accent. Yeah, what do you think?
And so Terrence is ready to
Good luck.
walk and roll 2 weeks in flip-flops, and then it's game time.
How they look?
I think they look pretty.
Next level diehard. All right, we know some of the faithful approach their random with an almost ritualistic nature. So up next, we'll bring back our superfans to see if they have any superstitions or traditions that drive them on game day.
This is the Red and Gold Fan Club from KPIX and CBS News Bay Area.
Welcome back. Earlier, Antoine talked about changing his jersey with every possession, and it got us thinking. So, Ken, let's go back to you. Do you have any game day superstitions or traditions that you have to do every Sunday?
I really don't, but during the playoffs, I just try not to make any kind of prediction, right? Like make any plans for the next game. So yeah, basically I don't like making predictions.
Okay, yeah, clear cut. Avery, you kind of alluded to it with the flag, but kind of take us through that. What are your superstitions?
Absolutely. Well, I think I can't start a game day off without listening to Bang Bang Niner Gang by Bay Area icon E40. That always gets me excited, gets me in the mood, ready to enjoy the game. And then, like I said, I've got a couple things that I like to wear and certain superstitions like that. But nothing too crazy, but definitely a lot of excitement. And I really love to listen to some 49ers anthems to get me even more excited.
Yeah, you've got to get in the mood every Sunday for it. All right. All right, thanks, Avery. Antoine, we know about the jersey swap. Anything else that's kind of in the game day ritual?
No, really, other than just I like to, especially big games, I like to just be alone, to be honest. I don't like to talk to people. I don't like communicating through the phone. I just like to be alone and watch the game. I don't know if that's a superstition or just me, just the type of personality I have sometimes, but that's what I generally do. But going forward, I'm going to be doing the switcheroo with the jerseys. It worked. We won. Had the biggest comeback ever. So wherever I'm at watching this Super Bowl Sunday, I'm going to be switching from offense to defense. Nick Bosa, back to Purdy, Back to Nick Bosa.
Just make sure you have like an undershirt. So whatever sports book or bar in Vegas you're watching, it doesn't think you're just stripping down. All right. Jamie.
No, unless they want to throw me a couple dollars.
Yeah, that's Jamie, we'll end with you. You or anyone in your family that has a game day ritual or tradition?
Yeah, well, we always wear our 49er camo pants. If you've seen us at the games, you'll see that we have these cargo camo pants on, and we come rolling deep, which is kind of fun. This jacket is my dad's from the 80s, so I wear this. I have Jamie G number 10 jersey signed by a bunch of players, including Lady Gaga, a little Eazy-E, which is kind of fun at one of our tailgates. But Frank Gore, I mean, I've got a lot of signatures on there. Jeff Garcia. So that always makes me feel, like we've got the power from the past with us. And I wear my 49er earrings that have feathers that make me feel I'm connected to the Angels. So a lot of excitement around it.
Well, I think your 4 and the rituals and superstitions could potentially guide the Niners to a win. Just a reminder, we are the station for Super Bowl 58. We have all the storylines building up to the big game, including live coverage in Vegas all week. You can catch all the action right here on KPIX on February 11th. Thanks so much for watching the Red and Gold Fan Club. Thanks to our super fans. We will see you next week for another edition. And of course, we'll have plenty of coverage on KPIX and CBS News Bay Area.